Sal Paolantonio. When the Eagles win, you win. Hey, Eagles fans, fuel up for game day at Dunkin' Donuts Coffee. DD Perks members score a medium hot or iced coffee for $1 every Eagles game day. Use your DD Perks enrolled card. Eagle fans run on Dunkin'. So does Sal Paolantonio, as we saw. It's not only the DD over the Betsy Ross Bridge, it is also at Gillette Stadium. Sal Pal had his Dunkin' Donuts coffee in tow, getting ready for the Patriots game last week. Sal?
Well, when you go to the motherland of Dunkin' Donuts, New England, you got to partake in the nectar of the gods itself.
That's right. The Providence Friars play at the Dunkin' Donuts Arena up there. I forgot about that.
There's a Dunkin' Donuts every 5 feet. It's beautiful.
Before we get into this game, it's Eagles-Cowboy week. Sal Paolantonio, Philly special, the inside story of how the Philadelphia Eagles won their first Super Bowl championship by our guest, Sal Paolantonio. And this is the big part here. It's the #1 selling book, which is not a surprise in the Philadelphia area. But in the Dallas-Fort Worth market, according to Amazon.com, it is #1 to start Dallas week. I would like to hear your hypothesis as to why and theories as to how the Philadelphia Super Bowl is #1 in the Dallas market.
You know what? We checked in, but it astonished us. We checked into it. We have is there's a lot of transplanted people from the Delaware Valley who moved down to Texas.
Really?
For jobs. Yeah. That's the only thing. Now, if you go down to Jerry's World for an Eagles-Cowboys game, there's a lot of Eagles fans there. A lot.
Is it comparable to the Cowboy fans who call this region home and annoy us so much?
Oh, no, there's many more Eagles fans down there than there's Cowboy fans up here. Absolutely. Not even.
All right.
I've been down there, and I've seen it. And there'll be no Cowboy fans at the Link Sunday night, I can tell you that.
We better hope. Big game Sunday night. Let's get into it, Sal. I know there's a lot going on. I want to get first your take. You were off last week, so in that time, Golden Tate is here. I want to hear Sal Pal's take on his fit and his role in this Eagles offense.
Well, I think he's a brilliant football player. He's tough. He's smart. He's a good teammate. He's already been a great presence in the locker room and in the receivers room, from what I was told. He's really joined the team, hitting the ground running, and everybody's really impressed. Now, they've got to make good use of him, right? So I think what you'll see right away is they'll use him in screens. They'll use him as a decoy on screens. They'll use him to try to attack the tension and double teams out of 2 tight end sets to free up Goddard and Ertz. I think you'll see him on reverses. I think you'll see him in jet sweeps. I think you'll just see Doug Peterson putting the ball in his hands. He's got 44 catches already. That makes him the leading receiver on the team the day he walked into the building. Zach Ertz is the leading tight end, has more catches than any other tight end in the league. But as far as wide receivers, Golden Tate walks into the building as #1. And that's got to create a level of competition with Alshon Jeffrey and some of those younger guys. And serve notice to a guy like Nelson Aguilar that, hey, I'm here. I'm a professional. I've had tremendous success. I'm 30 years old. I want another contract. I hope y'all are paying attention because I'm here to play.
By the way, as we're speaking, the Eagles have ruled out Sidney Jones, Jalen Mills, Darren Sproles. I wanted to ask you about Sproles, Sal, and how disappointed the Eagles are moving forward that they might not have Sproles, because a lot of people thought, all right, you get Sproles back, maybe Doug has more confidence in him to run the ball in those situations when you have a lead to run a game out.
I'm just going to say this, Mike, and I don't want people to take it the wrong way. I think, Darren Sproles, that's a decision that should have been made a long time ago. And at his age, with that injury, they needed to have that roster spot for somebody who was a contributor. He hasn't contributed in a full half of the season, and they don't know when he's coming back. So I think they should have put him on IR.
Yeah, Doug seemed a little testy about it today when he was kind of asked about it, because it kind of – Sal had the feeling that he was hopeful that he was going to get that weapon back that they've been – it seems – do you agree that they don't trust these other running backs?
Well, Clement has had an injury, a quad injury, and Weldell Smallwood will get your quarterback killed.
Yeah.
He misses a lot of blitzes. His blitz pickup is the reason why he has managed to stay in the doghouse for as long as he did.
That's where Sproles was pretty good too. He was a good guy in the blitz.
One of the best.
Yeah.
One of the best. Yeah, for sure. So the Sproles situation right now leaves them without a punt returner, a real punt returner,
and they let Carter go.
They let Carter go. It's an issue. Maybe Doug was testy because he didn't like the decision the front office made.
Good possibility. Good point, Sal Powell. All right, Sal Powell's key matchup to watch. Eagles offense. This is a good Dallas defense, Sal. What should we look for?
Pass rush. Carson Wentz has fumbled in every single game since he's been back. And it's really incumbent upon the Eagles to do a better job of protecting him, and Carson doing a better job of holding on to the football.
All right, you're right about that, by the way. I saw, what's he have? I saw the amount of turnovers the Eagles offense has. He only has 3 interceptions, which means I think he has 8 fumbles or 5 fumbles in his games back for Carson Wentz. All right, other side of the ball.
He has a fumble lost in every single game.
So 6 straight games for him. All right, Eagles defense, much maligned in terms of blowing a couple of leads, but this Dallas offense is limited, but they got Cooper. They did lose the other night. They didn't move the ball all that much. They're very one-dimensional still. What's the matchup for the Eagles defense to watch?
Well, I would change the way they play defense. If I were Jim Schwartz, and I'm not, if I was the defensive coordinator, and I'm not, I'd be playing 2 high safeties instead of 1 single.
Mm-hmm.
I'd keep everything in front. I'd make Dak Prescott make a mistake. I would not allow him any running room, any maneuvering room whatsoever. Amari Cooper would not get past the safeties. Everything would be in front of them. So that, to me, is the matchup. How are they going to play Cooper in a very limited passing game and prevent the kind of, late-game heroics that we saw in Tennessee and when Carolina won that game in Lincoln Financial Field when the Eagles were up 17-7.
Yeah, we saw Dak fumble in his own zone last week and throw an interception in the end zone. So pressure him. He can make the mistakes. Sal Powell's offensive player to watch for the game on Sunday night.
For the Eagles, has to be Golden Tate. This guy could. I mean, notwithstanding Zach Ertz, Golden Tate walks into the building as the best offensive player on the team outside the quarterback, and maybe even including Carson Wentz coming back from a knee injury. So it's got to be Golden Tate. Let's watch what they do. Let's see how creative Doug Peterson is with him. That, to me, is the key to the game on offense. I want to see explosive plays, yards after the catch, all that stuff that he was advertised to do. Even if he's a decoy for others, he should figure in the game plan significantly.
Before we get to the defensive player to watch, because I think it's an interesting matchup, does the move for Tate make them a Super Bowl? I mean, does it put you in the category of the Rams and the Saints? Does he elevate them?
No. The move for Tate is a move to win the division.
Okay. Defensive player, who do we like? Who we got this week in this game?
Well, it has to be Jordan Hicks, because the Dallas Cowboys offensive line has made its money on second-level blocking. Get out, get past the line of scrimmage, and backside block the middle linebacker and set Zeke Elliott free. So Jordan Hicks' ability to recognize where it's coming from and where he has to be to blow up. You go Nigel Bradham, too. Bradham and Hicks. If they shut down Elliott,
yeah,
Dak Prescott cannot beat them, Mike. He cannot.
Well, Sal, one difference from this Eagle team from last year that I noticed, see if you agree, last year they tackled you. This year, tackling nowhere near as good.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
All right.
Yeah. You know who their leading tackler was last year?
Kendricks?
Michael Kendricks. Yeah. Yes. So that
I heard he had some information on those plays. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah. So Michael Kendricks was their leading tackler. He ain't playing football right now. So there's your reason why right there, Mike Gill.
He'll be back week 14 for Seattle. Sal Pal's 3 keys, Sunday Night Football, Eagles, Cowboys. It's Dallas week. What do we got?
Well, one, if Carson Wentz does not turn the football over, the Eagles win. Number 2, keep the big plays to a minimum. Like, how about 0? And that's number 2. And number 3, get Golden Tate going so you get some explosive plays. You know, here's the thing, Mike. Let's not forget, everybody wants to run the flag up the flagpole. Second half of the season, Golden Tate in the house, Carson Wentz improving, nothing stopping them from winning the division. Well, I'll tell you what could stop them from winning the division. The kinds of things they did in the first half of the season, namely, turn the ball over, namely, allow teams to come back into the game in the fourth quarter.
Those are the things. You're right, because you watched Carolina last night. They were down in that game, and all I kept thinking was, how'd the Eagles give up a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter to this team? Not that Carolina's bad, but it just kind of indicates that you're not where you were just half a calendar year ago, you know?
Yeah, it's sickening when you think about it. This team is 4-4. They should have beat the Bucks. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Mike, come on. They should have beat the Bucks, Mike. Come
Bucks,
on.
Tampa, Tennessee, too.
They should have beat the Titans, and they should have beat the Panthers. But guess what? Woulda, shoulda, coulda, and now you're 4-4, and everybody's saying, oh, yeah, they're going to win the division. Well, you ain't won nothing yet. You're 4-4. You're the
Falcons, Seattle, right there with those type of teams. When the Eagles win, you win at Dunkin' Donuts. DD Perks members score a $1 medium hot or iced coffee. So Monday morning, I got a brand new Dunkin' Donuts right there in Ventnor by my house. I stopped by there on my way into work. Well, I get a freebie.
Oh, yeah. Eagles will win this game 28-17.
28-17, Sal Pal's official pick here on the Sports Bash 97 ESPN. Hey, don't forget, guys, it's that holiday season, too. If you're looking for that book, Philly Special, the inside story of how the Eagles won their first Super Bowl championship. It's the #1 selling book in not only Philly, but the Dallas-Fort Worth market as well. And Dallas week, man, it's a great time to rehash the book. You know, we were talking about this yesterday, Sal. The Cowboys have won 2 playoff games. My co-host has never seen a good Cowboys team, ever. He's only seen 2 playoff victories in his life.
Jeez.
It gives you, to put it in perspective, he's almost 30. It gives you perspective of how long they have been irrelevant.
Wow, that is insane.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, Sunday Night Football, we know you'll be there. Hey, next, you got to let me know when you're going to be at the Sixers, man. We got to get up at another Sixer game.
Okay, you got it, brother.
All right, we'll see you up there.